everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back in a different location. Florence is currently asleep in my bedroom, so I didn't want to disturb her because I was filming a video. Today I wanted to sit down and just chat and share about things that we have been enjoying. I'm not really too sure what I'm going to call this video. Probably like a baby favourites or something. I'm not too sure. But I just wanted to sit down and just chat about all the baby things that we have enjoyed up to this point. Florence is now 6 months old. And I'm starting to get rid of the stuff that we no longer need anymore. So I thought before I get rid of it all, I would sit down and share with you things that we have used, found helpful. I wouldn't necessarily say that this time I have found things more helpful than what I did first time with P. I'm not the type of person to, sorry about the baby hair, you'll have to excuse the appearance. I just give up now. Yeah, baby hair growth is not on my side, but never mind. Yeah, I'm not the type of person to go out and buy everything just because it's baby related anyway. So the stuff that I had previously was like the stuff that I needed, and there wasn't anything like, I don't know, for example, they've got that, I don't know if it's Angel Care or Tommy Tippy, it's like the specialised nappy bin. I have a nappy sack and I have a 50p bin from IKEA. Like, I don't need the fancy schmancy stuff. So this stuff you probably all know, you've probably heard about it through other people or just through having children yourself. So I'm going to get started. I don't really know where to start because I don't have a massive amount. I'm going to start with something that we had from newborn, and I cannot wait to get rid of this guy because I hate him with a passion because it means sleepless nights, and that is You in the Dream Sheep. Now these retail at, I think this was £40, £45, and we got the grey one, the older style, or one of the styles is like a really horrible like Teletubby purple, and I did not like that one at all. He is a like help to sleep soother. The batteries have died. Wow, this is a great start. So you've got 4 buttons in each of the leg. You've got heartbeat, white noise, I want to say like Hoover, and then like a lullaby, which is the lullaby of death, because it's just, it takes me back to especially P, having it strapped to my bra strap, P one side, just rocking and swaying for about 2 hours, being like, please go to sleep, please go to sleep. It also has a red tinted light as well, which is supposed to help like the baby feel like it's still in your womb or something. It's very random, but this guy really does work wonders, even though I had to sway P to get to sleep and it took a very long time. As she got older and she was able to sleep, like just put down in her Moses basket and drift off herself. What is that word called? Like self-soothe? Like she didn't have to be rocked. This guy helped provide that comfort and that white noise. Florence wasn't too fussed with this. We still used it just to sort of, I don't know, it was there. We strapped it, this tail thing is a strap. So we strapped it onto the side of the Moses basket and just sort of put on the tune, and she eventually drifted off. P and Florence's sleepers, they're completely different. P was a baby that needed to be comforted and rocked to sleep. I think I did that off my own back, looking back, whereas with Florence, because I have more experience, I guess, I could tell the difference with crying. And with Florence, obviously when she was a little baby, I was just want to be really close to her. But as she was getting older, from like 4 weeks on, well, not even that, I would just put her down and she would just drift off to sleep, which made the whole process a lot easier. One thing that I have mentioned before, I can't remember on what video, is an app that I use. It's the one in the middle, and it's the Raindrop, and it's called Rain Rain. It was free on iTunes App Store, and it's basically an app that has all different types of water sounds. It's got like white noise, or they call it brown noise, which I think is really bizarre. Where was that? I don't know. Brown noise. Either way, it has sounds which help you fall asleep. I use this out when I am say I'm going shopping and I have the pushchair and I'm going to be out for like an hour and she's in the crib, part of her pushchair. I will put this up the head with it on. I'll put one sound on. I don't know if you can hear that, you probably could. That's April Showers, that's one of my favourite ones, and I'm quite happy that that's on because that means I get to listen to it tonight. That's really sad. Yeah, so when we're out I put a sound on and I can put it on like a 15, 30, 20 minute timer, put it at the end of the pushchair, and it just helps her like drift off. She's a very, I don't know if attentive is the right word, she's just very alert and she loves to watch her surroundings. And Florence is the type of baby that she fights her sleep and she gets very overtired. So especially when we're out, she's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I want to be eyes everywhere. So this, with the hood up, just helps her drift off, if that makes sense. So Ewan, I do recommend. I feel for you if you're about to go through the newborn stage of sleepless nights. Second time I was very lucky, but get yourself one of those and hopefully you'll be all right. A baby bath. This is our baby bath. You can pick these up from anywhere now. I feel like when this stuff came out in 2015, it was all very new, whereas now you can pick this up for £10 on Facebook, which is how much I'm selling it for, and you can pick these up for a £5, which again is how much I'm selling mine for. I paid £20 for this when I first got it, and this is really, really handy. I couldn't rate this, like I couldn't speak highly about it. This is the Angel Care bath seat. I think they do different colours now. When I first had P, they literally just had this hot pink, or it was like a bright blue, and I feel like now they do green and grey, and I definitely would have got the grey. So it's like this silicone-y, you can see my hand through it, it's like a mesh seat, but the babies don't slide out of it because they like stick to it, which is brilliant. It sits on the bath like this, and you've got the rubber rim surrounding it, so again this doesn't move in the bath. I hate things that have suctions. Her bath seat at the moment has got suctions and it's really hard to like get it out, whereas this is brilliant. Wipe clean, really easy to use. Florence could still be in this, but she's now starting to sit up and I don't want her sitting up and falling out, obviously, because I don't want my baby to drown. So it's time to get rid. But again, this is so multi-purpose. I can't speak today. It has a lot of functions. So with this seat, say when Florence was born in March, so we obviously had the whole of the summer, before she could support herself, this was great to take outside, throw a blanket over it so it was a little bit more comfy for her. And so me and P would be sat doing colouring on a picnic blanket or whatever, and Florence would be out there with us. I'd put an umbrella over it, I'd pop it through the hole at the back to like prop it up and bend it round, so then she would be protected by the sun, but she'd still be out with us, but not necessarily sat on my lap or being here, so I can still do things with P. I found it really helpful just to have this out in the garden with us, and she was able to obviously still be with us but be comfortable. Again, just around the house as well, before I'm now going to move on to what I'm moving on to. If I wanted her to be with me, I don't know, if I was in the bath and I wanted her to be with me and know that she was safe, but it wasn't like bedtime, so she wasn't in a Moses basket, and I didn't want to carry the bouncer through, I would just pop her in this. It's just a great little seat. It's good to throw in your car. I just love it. So don't think it's just a bath seat, because it's not. It's got loads of functions. I've obviously mentioned bouncer. I'm not going to get mine out to show you. That one's ours. It's a bouncer. It has 3 seat settings. If I'm being perfectly honest, I haven't used it as much as what I did when I had P. I don't really know why. I used it a lot when she was small, but now she's 6 months. I don't really know. Florence sits in her high chair and she sits in her bumbo. She's just a completely different baby. Like, if I were to sit Florence in her bouncer, she would instantly be doing crunches to try and sit up and just know what's going on. Whereas with P, she'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna lie here. Like, they're just completely different. I don't know whether that's because more things are going on in the house, because obviously I've got an older child. I have no clue, but leads me on to the Bumbo. This seat is brilliant. You can get these everywhere. You can get them, I've seen them in charity shops for like £3. You can get them at mum sales. Again, I don't know if they're bringing them back. They are doing the one in Norwich when I'm filming this. They're doing it this weekend. I'm not going to it because I don't need any more stuff in my house. But you can pick them up at mum sales, you can get them on Facebook Marketplace, you can get them on eBay. I don't know how much they retail at brand new. I want to say they're like £30 or £40, and you can get like the mamas and papas version or like a cheaper version. I just like this. It's not hard plastic, as you can see. It's squidgy and I absolutely love it. So this is the hot pink one. I got this secondhand when I had P and it cost me £10, and it's only now starting to get a tiny bit of wear here. Can you see? It's got slight discoloration just from lifting a child in and out, and it's got a tiny bit of discoloration here, but it's perfectly usable. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's got straps in here as well. To be honest, never strap my children in it. They can't get out because Florence has got such chunky thighs. When I put her in this, she's stuck, she's in there. And this is great. So I used this, I want to say for maybe like 4.5 months, which I don't know if that's early or not, but that's how early both of my children were sitting up. Florence more so than P, just because, like I said, she's just so alert. This is fantastic. I remember when P was small, I took it everywhere with me. If I went to my auntie's, if I went to my dad's, if I went to my mum's, I would take it with me. If I went to my friend's house, same applies now. If we're going out, I'm like, oh, let's grab her Bumbo, because it's giving her the support, but if she's still a little bit wobbly, so she can sit up. She's got very good posture. She sits up and she stares, but if she starts to go, she'll fall. Whereas with this, she can sit up and she can still be a part of us, but she's not on someone and she's not like falling over. And again, she gets quite aggy if someone's holding her for a long period of time. So this is great. It comes with a tray, which I have left up there, and you clip it on, so you can feed your child on this as well. So again, when you're out and about, obviously not in like a restaurant, but say you're going to a friend's or family member's house and they don't have a high chair, bring this, bring the little tray, and then it's perfect. It's multifunctional. It's just great, and I highly recommend picking one up secondhand. I'd be lost without it. It's definitely one of my essentials where, I don't know, I feel like when you have a baby, a lot of people focus on, let me get you this for the baby, and it's like, well, I would much rather appreciate something that I would use at 4 months, so it's something that I don't necessarily have to pay for, but I've got it and I've got it ready. So this would be a good gift if you're a grandparent or a friend of someone that's having a baby and you think, well, they're going to get loads of stuff for the newborn stage, so I'm going to get something for the next stage that no one else thinks about. I just think it's a really good present. So got that, highly recommend that. The only thing that we've used differently this time compared to what we had for P was a swing. I will take you in there and insert a clip of the swing. I liked it. It hasn't been holy grail for me, which is why I haven't brought it in here to show you per se. Like I said, I'm gonna do a little clip over this. I paid £10 for mine and it's fine. Like I said, it's not holy grail. I could live without it. But again, it's very dependent on the baby. I feel like P would have really benefited from having a swing, whereas Florence, she could just fall asleep on the floor. She wouldn't care. As long as she's down and she's got her blanket and her dummy, she doesn't care where she falls to sleep. So again, I think it's very circumstantial. If I were to recommend getting one, I would say get one secondhand or get a cheaper one. Like mine was £10 secondhand, mine was absolutely fine. And if your baby likes it and is dependent on it, then maybe look into getting a bigger and better one that will suit baby's needs. Because I know my friend Ellie, her baby loved his swing until he was, I want to say like 8-9 months old, and he loved it. So she got a really big fancy one and I just bought her old one off her. So again, it's very circumstantial to baby, but I would say start off secondhand and start off cheap and then see how you go, because so many parents, especially first time parents, go out and buy the highest spec kit or the most expensive, like the base baby swing, and they'll think, oh, putting all this money, it's gonna work, it's gonna help, and it might not work for you. So that's my top tip. So this is our bouncer. It comes with an attachable, what's it called? Like hood, but I didn't like it and I took it off. It also has an insert, which I've taken out as well for the newborn stage. This one has music, but again, we never really used it. It was very basic. You can see that it's quite dated, but it just does the job to help your baby drift off. Like I said, we used it more in the newborn days. I rarely use it now just because Florence is not up and about, but she would rather lie on this and roll around and throw things as opposed to being strapped in. I would say we use this a couple times a week, so it is time to sort of pass it on. I've attached a couple of toys, so she could obviously have something to look at and keep entertained with. But that is that, and that is a Chico one, I believe. I'll turn that off. What was I talking about? Snuggling. Like I've said previously, Florence loves to snuggle. She has got 3 of these. I've literally just finished a 4th and I'm working on a 5th. I have never experienced, obviously I've only got one other child. P was not a snuggler. She wasn't a comfort sort of baby at all. She just needed to be soothed and rocked to sleep. She was reliant on white noise. And then that was it. Florence is completely different in the sense of, put her down, she'll go to sleep as long as she's got a dummy in her mouth, which eventually falls out, and she loves these blankets. I've spoken about this, I want to say it was in my 6-month update. So this one was actually P's, and it was made by my Auntie Carol. Florence has currently got the other one. I love these. Like I said, I didn't think that Florence would be a blanket snuggler. I don't know how or where she got into it, but she just, I don't know how she does it. They get folded over, she puts her fingers through like this, and she sleeps like this. She keeps her dummy in her mouth with them, and she just snuggles, and she goes like this, she kneads them, and she just absolutely loves these blankets. I'm very lucky in the sense that I am able to make them myself. If you want to know how to make these, it's not a proper blanket, like it's not like an oblong shape, it's a square. I don't know if you can see that. They are quite big and they do stretch. I just follow Bella Coco's granny square tutorial. It's maybe like 4 or 5 years old, and that's how I learned how to crochet. I use a size 6. My auntie did this with a size 5, but I hold my wool quite tight. So that's the size 5 crochet hook, and this one is a 6. And this one is white with a mint green trim. And it's a lot bigger. Because I used 2 balls of wool, 2 100 grams, and this one was probably 1.5 balls of wool of 100 grams. She loves them so much, and I don't know what it is. I think it's because she can squeeze it and knead it, and this has just been a favourite for us. It's a holy grail. This is the one thing that has been like, we're going out the door, I've got my phone, I've got my keys, I've got the dummy, I've got my mask, I've got my hand sand, where's my blanket? I've always got one with me. I've made, like I said, I've just made another one for just staying in the car in the bassinet, so I've got it. I don't remember the last time she slept without it, and I know it's going to be hard later on in life, and these are going to fall apart and they're going to go all manky and grey and holy and not nice, but that's why I'm making more now, so hopefully they'll last a bit longer because they won't be used as much. She hasn't got a favourite, she just likes using them all. And yeah, so a blanket has been our comforter, which was completely unexpected, but hey ho, every baby's different. And then finally, I just wanted to speak to you about some toys. So obviously I could sit here and say, we've loved using our bottles, we've loved using our steriliser, we've loved using our prep machine, which we do. We need all of that stuff to feed my child. I highly recommend getting a prep machine secondhand if they are like well cleaned. You can take the back out and check the tubes and make sure there's no mould. We've done it with ours, Ellie did it with hers, they're absolutely fine. I know they're not recommended by midwives, but they wouldn't be sold and they wouldn't be like a bestseller if they were not very good. I love my prep machine. I can't speak highly enough. It's like a coffee machine for baby milk, and it's great, and it's so instant. You can have a feed ready within like a minute and a half, and it's fantastic. So I definitely recommend getting one of those. I think full price they're really expensive. They're like £80. Back when I got mine, again they were still quite new when I had P. I paid £40 for mine second hand, and now you can pick them up for a £5, which makes me feel ill. You have new, what are they called, filters. You can pick those up on Amazon or like in Boots for like, I think is it £12? I'm not too sure. £7? In that price range. It's no more than 12, I don't think. So if you do get a second-hand one, just make sure you get a new filter, but they are brilliant, and I absolutely love mine, and I would be lost without it. But yeah, other than like, I can obviously say, oh, these nappies are great, these wipes are great, but what works for me might not work for everyone else. So I'm not going to talk about all the basic stuff of like sleep suits, vests. You get the gist. This is like the extra stuff. But I did want to speak about a couple of toys that Florence has enjoyed. And to be honest, they're ones that P enjoyed as well. So the first one are these. These are called Sissy Links. Sassy Links. S-A-S-S-Y. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Don't know. These were from John Lewis. I got them when I had P, so 2015. I feel like such an old mum. Oh God, I've got an almost 5-year-old. These are fantastic. Florence, sorry, oh my God, absolutely loves these. At the moment, whatever you give her, straight in the mouth. She's at that phase at the moment. But these are great for, couldn't even tell you, hand-eye coordination. You can take each of them off. You can pop them onto each other and make links. Florence likes to throw them around and rattle and whack herself in the eye. They've got different textures, so you've got these ones which are like ribbed, this one's plain. You've got some bumpy ones here, so again, great teething toys. Black and white is great for, I don't know what for, but I know it's good, but I couldn't tell you what because I'm not a genius mum. They are just brilliant. I don't know if you can still pick up this brand. I know you can get things like this in Bargs. I feel like this was quite expensive. I think this was like £10, but I love it. This is going to be a toy that I'm going to keep for the children in their special boxes to pass on to their kids. Don't know if that's weird. I received things from my dad that were mine that I've now passed on to my children. So it's just what we do. We're hoarders in my family. So yeah, these are great. Sensory rings, great for teething, and both of my children absolutely loved these. You can also put these on a dummy clip as well, which I'm not making currently just because I just don't have the time at the moment. Peace hasn't started school yet, she's about to start, but I make these dummy clips for dummies, but you can use them as toy savers as well, so you can attach it to baby, pushchair, wherever, yourself. That's on there, and then they can throw them around and you won't lose anything. So yeah, that's brilliant. She loves that one. Another one she loves is this. This was from my auntie, again, when I just had P. It is an O-ball. I have no clue where she got it from. I would assume Amazon or maybe Mothercare when it was open. It's great. I've seen these everywhere. You can put your fingers through it. Great for teething. Great for throwing around. Again, I attach a dummy clip to it so I know it doesn't go missing. It's a rattle. Loves that one. Another one that P had, there's not the branding. It was like by, I don't know if it was called the Manhattan toy or it was like the Manhattan Company toy. This was from John Lewis. Again, I got a voucher for John Lewis when we had P. This one has slightly got damaged just because I left it in my conservatory in the sun and one of the strands went brittle and snapped. So can you see there that that one has come out? And then, I mean, I've left it as a spike and so far we haven't had a casualty. I should probably get Neil to plier that bit down. But yeah, you can see it's like a little, it rattles. It's just great, I can't explain it. But it's like a spaghetti style toy that can be rattled around, chewed, played with. She just loves it. Both of my children loved it. So again, it's sort of the style that I would recommend. Again, you can put a dummy clip on it and it won't go far. Loved that one. One that P didn't have that Florence has got is the Matchstick Monkey. This again was not a thing when I first had P. The only thing that was sort of similar was Sophie the Giraffe, which we have got, but Florence just much prefers this. This is just great for holding. It's a great handbag, baby changing toy because it is so small. You've got ridges here, which again is helping with teething. She loves putting the little monkey's face in her mouth. You've got the tail and you've got the hands, and then she also, before she used to like this bit, the flat bit. She's had this from like 3 months and she's absolutely loved it. It's a good little teething toy. We haven't necessarily got teeth, but I can just tell she's at that gumming phase and she loves it. And this one, along with the Sassy Links, are the things that go in my bag the most. You can put teething gel on this, so it's like in the ridges so she can chomp on it for a long period of time. We're not at the stage of teething gel yet, but I know that will come. These come in loads of different colours. I picked mine up brand new from a mum sale for £3. I think it was £3. But you can get them in Boots and Amazon and things like that, and they've got different colours. They've got grey, pink, orange, red, you name it, they've got it. But yeah, I really recommend this because it's just the perfect size. It's a good size teether to get your children or your babies to start teething, so recommend that one. One that P had that she didn't like but Florence absolutely loves is this nubby one. Couldn't tell you where I got it from, probably from a supermarket or Bargs or Wilko or somewhere. And it's one that twists. So it's sort of like an activity ball as well. Again, I can attach a clip to it. These are the sort of things I like that I know that are going to be safe and don't get lost. Obviously it rattles. You've got the different textures for teething. And she just absolutely loves this one. She's always throwing it around the kitchen and I hear it thud on the floor. So yeah, we've got that one, which is a definite favourite. And then finally, this, again, something that we didn't have to P. I feel like, I couldn't tell you actually. Oh God, I'm getting cramp. I couldn't tell you what books P had from when she was young, but I don't think we had any of these textured ones, and I don't know why, because they are brilliant. Sorry, I've got a bit of fluff up my nose. This one is Fluffy Tails. Again, oh, the fluff is driving me insane. Oh, apologies. This was from a mum sale. I just shoved it in the washing machine. It says not to, but rule breaker over here. Fluffy Tails, puppy, kitty, squirrel, fox, lamb, caterpillar, bunny rabbit, chickens. And then each of them have fluffy tails, so eventually it will be educational. We've also got rainbow animals, I think, and I swear we've got another one in the attic, I'm not too sure. Brand new, these are quite expensive. I think they range from £10 to £15, but definitely look on Facebook and then just shove it in the wash. P likes playing with this one with her. They have a game where P throws it up and pretends to get hit in the face by this, and Florence just absolutely kills over. I understand how my 5-year-old, almost 5-year-old, can get a laugh out of my 6-month-old. I don't like the laugh that comes from Florence because of P is, don't know how she does it, because I'll do silly things and she's like, what are you doing? Whereas P could sneeze and Florence would find it absolutely hilarious. So yeah, she just absolutely loves looking at this. It's something that I give her in the morning, so if I'm getting ready and sorting myself out and she's had a feed, I'll put her back down in her what is it called? I keep wanting to call it a Moses basket. It's not, it's the next to me crib. I'll put her in that and I'll just give her this, and you can just see her not necessarily flip through it, but she looks at it and she crunches the front and back pages. and that is Jellycat, if I hadn't said already. That is everything that I have to show you in this video, and we do have a Jumperoo, and I would say that that is an essential. It's not an essential, nothing's essential apart from feeding your baby and changing your baby. But it's, like I said, I feel like everything nowadays, because it's been out there for such a long period of time, it's more accessible. So when I had P, we actually got given a Jumperoo for a Christmas present. It was like a joint Christmas present for us and for P. And I want to say they retail at like £80 brand new, which is crazy. Whereas you can pick them up for £30–40, and I definitely recommend it. Like I've said, with Florence being so alert, she spends, I would say she has maybe 2 or 3 goes in her Jumperoo a day, and I would say I leave her in there for maybe 15 minutes at a time. She loves it. You should see her legs. I don't know how she stays in the thing. She jumps and she like just goes for gold, and she absolutely loves it. And then this is our Jumperoo. So this is the classic Fischer Price Jumperoo. It comes with 3 settings of how high you can have it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's stage 1. She's now on stage 2 at 6 months because she's got such long legs. These can go up and down. So again, it gives her something to look at. And you've got the internal seat. You're going to have to excuse the fact I've got one painted thumb as well. I can't be bothered to take the gel off, so apologies. Yeah, so this spins 360 so the child can keep entertained. You've got this one, you've got some activity things there, you've got a spinny thing there, a colour wheel, and then here you've got the central panel of music. So this moves. This is a teether that Florence loves. And then it also has music, 2 music settings. If you spin it, oh, there you go. And then you can also have the music, which is the one that we have it on all the time. There you go. Let's turn that off. But yeah, there is a hack. There's not a hack. There's a way that you can fold it in, and it can like collapse. But I just have it out all the time. And then I reckon at Christmas time, she won't be in it, because this is where my tree is going to go, so I don't have room for that. But I reckon by Christmas she's going to be crawling and stuff, so I don't think she's necessarily going to need it. But baby stuff is an absolute eyesore, but for the short period of time that you use it, it's definitely worth it. So yeah, that is our Fischer Price Jumperoo. I don't know, I'm the type of person, if you watch me you'll know, I'm all for shopping secondhand. I'm a completely different person to who I was when I was pregnant with P. I was an asshole, still am. I was really snobby, and I was like, I'm never going to shop secondhand. If I have to shop secondhand, then why am I having children? I was just not a very nice person at all. I was very, I don't know, just not great. And now I'm the other side, and I think, why wouldn't you if it's clean and things like that? So if you are short of cash, or you don't want to spend the cash like me, then shop secondhand and have a look and just make a wish list. And then if something comes up in your area, be like, oh yeah, I'll go and get that. And obviously with everything that's going on, you can do it socially distanced. Everything that I've picked up lately, I've put money through the door, I've done it by PayPal and then go and collect it, and it's worked really well for us. So if you can afford it and you want to spend a lot of money on stuff, be my guest, but I can't relate, and I like shopping secondhand. So I hope this has helped you in some way, shape or form. I'm sure there are loads of holy grails that you all have. This stage has gone by so quickly, and I cannot believe that we are now at the point of weaning, and it's just the next step. I've got my eldest going to school, I've got my youngest starting food, and it's just a bit much, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm glad that I filmed it. It's crazy to think that this thing that's been with me for 5 years is now going to someone else's home. I don't know why I get attached to things, I'm absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm now losing my voice. That's it for my baby stage. I'm done. No more is exiting my area. I'm not having that. Hopefully it's been informative. Leave some comments down below if you have any other suggestions. I know previously I mentioned about the light that goes in, what was it called? The Angel Care, not the Angel Care, the grow light thing that goes in your like ceiling light. I haven't used it this time, just using the phone light. Yeah, I think second time is completely different. First time I was neurotic, and second time I'm like, oh, whatever. But that was one thing that I suggested. I haven't needed it this time. I don't even know where it is, somewhere in my attic. And then sleeping things, I've used a next to me crib just because she outgrew her Moses basket so quickly. Whereas with P, she was in her Moses basket for 5 months. So it really is subjective to your child and your circumstances. I'm going to stop talking because I could talk for England. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.